In this video I will create our first instance. What I mean instance, as I said earlier on, our project will consist like a backend, front-end, perhaps some testing facility. We want to have an access to those features, facilities from every place all over the world. So that's, for example, our database. At this moment we can access it from every place all over the world. So we want to have an access to, in this very video, we want to have to create an access to our backend from every place all over the, from any place of the world. So that's why it's instance. Instance will, it's like a virtual computer when we can install our application within it, and then that service, that instance, gonna provide an open world API, and then you can access this wherever you want to. Before that, we have to do some preparations. First of all, we have to create a security group for our backend. We've got one security group for database. We could extend it to give to suit our needs, but I don't want to do that. I want to leave this our current security group just for the backend, for the database, and I want to create a new one for backend purposes. So security groups for VPC, create security group. I will call it backend security group, maybe VPC. Description, security group for backend. This is gonna work with our VPC that we have created earlier on. Inbound rules. We have to add a couple of inbound rules. First of all, we have to add SSH for IPv4. Then we have to add HTTP under port 80, and here we're gonna type 0.0.0.0 slash 0 comma colon slash 0. Okay. So that's it. Our inbound rules are ready. Create security group, of course. Yep, so we've got our three inbound rules. So now we can go to EC2, click instances, launch instances. We are gonna choose the free tier eligible instance. Select, pick the 2t.micro for free tier eligible. Configure instance details. So network, our our VPC. Just make sure that you are going to pick first available subnet and enable auto assign public IP. And that's it. Then next, add storage, add tags, configure security group, select an existing security group and pick our backend VPC security group. Review and launch. Okay. Launch. And now we have to create a key pair to be able to create the instance. So create a new key pair, type pick RSA. Okay, name it. So let's call it full stack key, and download key pair. Okay, and store it in some safe place and launch instances. Okay, our instances are now launching, so click View Instances, click F5, so here's our instances, then the name of the instance. The state is pending, so we'll have a while till the instance will be established, will establish itself. So our instance is running, so now we will try to connect to it. There is a public IPv4 DNS, just copy it like exactly the same way as I did. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, click enter. Yeah, that's too early, as I have to run the Linux first of all to be able to connect to that IP. So go back to your instances, it's running, click connect, and then connect. And here's your running instance. So we want to run YAM version of Linux to be installed on the system. So first of all, we're gonna type sudo yam update. Okay, click yes. It will take a while. Complete. Okay. Next, sudo yam install httpd. Yes. Okay. Then we want to check the status of that yam Linux. Status httpd. Sorry. Sudo systemctl status httpd. And as you can see, it's inactive. It's dead. So we have to do something with that. What we can do is sudo systemctl enable httpd. Okay, and now we can check the status. And now here's the line, service enabled. Okay. Next we want to type sudo systemctl start httpd. I think I've made a typo. Sudo systemctl start httpd. Okay, and sudo systemctl is enabled httpd. So now we are checking if it's actually enabled. It's enabled. Okay, and here's our instance. Go back to the AWS console and click Instances. Select your instance, and here's the address. Just copy this address and type it here. And here it is. So we successfully established our server and it's running, as we can have the test page working fine. In next video I will enlarge some information regards AWS instances.